Hello, I'm here with Ricardo again. I'm Scott Bryant, and he's just gonna tell me what he's went through as a pro wrestler, and his diet, and then I'm gonna pinpoint things that we can change. So
okay, so
ahead.
I was a pro wrestler about 4 years ago. During that time is when I got into lifting, bodybuilding, just losing weight. I was a chubbier kid, and that's kind of what led me into that career. So I was eating like 6 meals a day, supplementing in between with protein shakes and whatnot. Yeah, exactly. If not, it was like a handful of nuts and an apple and stuff like that. Stuff on the go, but also like preparing my meals and making sure everything was clean. And I found that I lost quite a lot of weight.
Yes.
But maintaining muscle mass
yes.
was proving more and more difficult. And maybe I did it wrong because I tried to supplement with supplements. I went for mass gainers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the weight was still just falling off.
Yes.
So now I like sticking to my.
Just trying to. That's it.
Oh yeah. So now I've got a certain weight that I've kind of plateaued at, and now I can't seem to lean out or gain. It's just kind of been there.
Right, so that's fundamentally what a lot of people that are training hard in the gym, they make the big mistake of not understanding that the hormonal system is very, very fragile, okay? Especially as we age. The older we get, the more scientific you need to be about your diet, okay? So when ingesting, protein powders and supplements, I'm not against supplements, some supplements are absolutely fantastic, but if you don't get lab tested or get tested to find out what supplements you need, you're really throwing darts at the dartboard.
Yeah, you're going in blind.
So you're just guessing.
Yeah.
And if you look at the supplement companies or the protein supplement companies, it's a $1 trillion business. Okay, so what I suggest is for you to realise how bad a protein powder is for you. If you blend it up in a blender and leave it on the side overnight, then look at it in the morning. Yeah. That's exactly what it's doing inside your gut.
Yeah.
And if when you look at your number twos in the toilet, it's very hard and compacted, it's showing how dehydrated your bowel and your colon is.
Okay.
So that's why I don't suggest that.
Yeah.
What I would say is that the best thing to do is to get metabolically typed, see a metabolic type advisor, level 1 or level 2. I'm a level 2. And with metabolic typing, it looks at your ethnic racial background, it looks at your genotype, and it looks at 12 other systems in the body, okay, which help to balance all the system. Okay, every client that I work with, I get them all to eat according to their metabolic type. They all get more toned, they all gain more muscle mass, and they all get much, much leaner, simply because you're eating according to your genetics.
Yeah.
So what you've got to remember is that your body is a different size to mine. So we need to eat different amounts of food.
Of course,
okay?
Yeah.
But fundamentally, we still need to eat like a breakfast, a dinner, a lunch, and an evening meal. Yeah. But if you're a mixed type, you can get away with never having breakfast. So if you're not having breakfast and it's gone funny again, that's it, it's better. If you're not having breakfast and you're a protein type, you will store body fat and you will feel trashed and drained, okay? But if you're a carbohydrate type, you can get away with it. But if you're a mixed type, you can't. So with the system of metabolic typing, it tells you the macro micronutrients of food that you need and the fats that you need. So if you was a protein type like me, a fast oxidizer, fast oxidization means that if I eat a piece of steak, it's out of my system within 2 hours.
Okay.
If you're a slow oxidizer or your gut's not working properly, that steak may sit in your gut for 8 hours.
Right.
And that depends on your hydrochloric acid in the gut as well. So if your hydrochloric acid in the gut is not functionally working right, then this will cause a huge problem. Okay? So with the MT, the initial start of the MT is that you do a test online. A lot of people out there are doing the questionnaire and think that they know it all. You're making a big mistake, because if you're not seeing a practitioner, you're getting it wrong. Right, we'll go back to what I was talking about. So when you do the test online, it's looking at your eye size, it's looking at where you gain body fat, it's looking at what hormones and what are the governing organs. So if you're a thyroid type, you may gain it around the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a gonadal type, you may just gain fat on the bum. Have you seen women walking down the road and they've got big arses, but they're really, really lean?
Yeah.
And that's simply because they've got half my head. That's it, good. And get you in as well. You've got to be in it. That's it. I want to make you famous as well. So when you know what the governing organs are, okay, as well as what your type is, it's easier to eat. So you never have to count calories. I don't believe in counting calories for any of my clients.
I got really sick of that.
Yeah, all I just say to my clients is eat when you're hungry, the right proportion of food for your body type. So in the morning, if I have 3 bits of bacon, 2 avocados and 1 egg, that will keep me going until 12 o'clock. Now, if a carbohydrate type was to eat that, that would keep them going for 2 days.
Okay.
Because their bodies don't use food quickly, and they don't need to have lots of food.
Okay.
So normally the carbohydrate type will be a skinny, lean, quiet person and quite chilled out all the time. Fast oxidizers are very full on, they're in your face, they're normally entrepreneurial type people, quite aggressive, and they're the people that push you out of the way in the queue if they're trying to get food.
Right.
Yeah? So with metabolic typing, it puts you into that category, but when you start eating according to your metabolic type for about 3 months, your type will change.
Okay, so
as your body gets healthier, and replaces back the muscle that you've lost through yo-yo dieting, not eating right, then the body starts to put on muscle mass again and start to change. So I've had clients that have gone from being a fast protein type that they thought they were, and then they go into being a carbohydrate type, and then when winter comes they go into being a protein type again.
Okay.
So it can be a little bit confusing, but the idea of the MT diet and the coaching that I give my clients is to make them understand how their bodies react to food.
Makes sense.
Then the other thing you've got to remember is that if you've been eating a diet like a bodybuilder and something like that, you might be allergic to 90% of the foods that you're eating simply because you've been eating eggs every day.
Yeah.
We're primal people, we haven't changed, we're still Captain Caveman in suits and skirts, so that has never changed. So if you eat an egg every day, consecutively, the body starts to become allergic to it.
Okay.
And it starts to get an IgG response inside the system. So that's why you must rotate your foods.
Cool.
And a lot of people are talking about the paleo diet, and I fucking hate the paleo diet, and I'll tell you why. The reason why I hate the paleo diet is because it doesn't separate the body like metabolic typing does that I use with clients. And everybody's going by one book, okay? I went out to California and I went to the history of man in California, and they got like lots of cavemen in there. Do you know what the average age of the average caveman lived a long life?
Early 30s, 40s?
44.
44.
Same age that Elvis died, right?
Perfect.
So if you live
Elvis
to the
was on the paleo.
Yeah, so if you live to the age of 44, why would you eat the paleo diet to get early death?
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you people out there?
But at least you'll die with abs, right?
Yeah, at least you'll die with abs and you'll leave a good-looking corpse.
Exactly.
So that's a result. You know, that's something that you can think about.
Yeah.
But that's where I think the paleo diet is flawed, because you know a lot of people have food allergies, insulin resistance, hormonal imbalances, stinking thinking about themselves, no connection to what they're eating, no connection to the way that they're working out. And that's what's making people obese and making them stressed out and they can't lose the weight.
Yeah.
So with metabolic typing, because we keep looking at the system and keep adjusting it and getting the client to write out documentation about how they feel about their food, they start to learn. Steak makes me feel good. If I eat rice, I want to go to sleep. If I have a Sunday dinner and it's more roast potatoes and what's that other thing they put in there?
The Yorkshire pudding.
The Yorkshire pudding. And there's lots of Brussels sprouts and they start farting and they fall asleep, it's showing it's the wrong combination. So food out there should energise you and switch your brain on. It should not make you tired. If it's making you tired, then it's the wrong combination for you. Or you may be in adrenal fatigue, which I've done lots of videos on that as well. And when you're in adrenal fatigue, no matter what you eat or no matter how you exercise, you can't lift your energy. And that's something that's really special about metabolic typing. Because it looks at balancing the parasympathetic to sympathetic sides of the nervous system. When you come into homeostasis, which is balance, all of a sudden the stress in the organs and the stress in the adrenal glands start to relax. But where CH.e.k practitioner masters like myself go, we look at breathing, we look at movement, we look at diet, we look at thinking, we look at balancing every system in the body.
It's a combination of everything,
not just one.
Whereas
most diets, if you look at the Atkins diet, that only works for 33% of the population. Why is that?
Because I'm guessing they're different types.
They're protein types.
Yeah, exactly.
So the ones that are predominantly carbohydrate types, it doesn't work for. I'm getting a headache, I've got no energy, I feel like crap, and then the protein type's going, I want to go and fight people, I'm ready. You know what I mean? And that's fundamentally, that's why I've been using metabolic typing for about 6-7 years now, simply because every time it gets a result. The only time it don't get the result is when the client doesn't follow the set program. Once you know what your type is, and you get the macro to micronutrients right, like you've got to eat 30% fat, 40% protein, and 30% carbohydrate for a protein type. When you get that right, you feel it instantly. When you get it wrong, you feel it instantly because your energy crashes.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that's where a lot of bodybuilders are going wrong, is that they're reading like Muscle and Fitness or Flex or...
And it's the same article every other
week.
And
it's the same crap all the time.
Trust me, I bought them monthly for like a year.
Me too.
It was just like, this is the same thing they gave me last December. It's just a different superstar that's now...
Exactly. You know, them companies are just about... All them companies want to do is just get your money. They don't want elite professionals in there, in the books, or in the magazine, simply because they know that we're going to turn it upside down. And we're going to turn the conventional thinking around.
Well, they've got a system that works. And it's catering to the people who are looking to, especially in this day and age.
Who are dumb.
Yeah, in this day and age.
I'm sorry for you people out there. I think that if you want to get in shape, you've got to read the best books that you possibly can. One of the great books is Metabolic Typing. Another great book is c.h.e.k, How to Eat, Move and Be Healthy. And another major book is Biochemical Individuality. When you read Biochemical Individuality, you understand that everyone's got different eye size, everyone's got different jaw size. So why should any of us be eating the same? So the food pyramid that I got taught on the YMCA personal training course is crap. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for anybody. So don't do it. Thank you very much. Look forward to our next video.
Take care, guys.